Hello, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Huevos con Weenies podcast. I'm your host, JTheCreator, and with me again today is the one and only PurpleSuns.
¿Cómo están?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's Sunday today, and we've had a pretty eventful weekend, I'd say.
I would say so.
Because yesterday we watched the Canelo versus Saunders fight.
Oh yeah, that was a great fight.
The whole time, I was worried. I was hyped up, super excited, fucking fearful. Because I admit for a couple rounds there, it wasn't looking good for Canelo. But during that, well, this is like spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the fight. But
They should know the news by now.
yeah,
right?
you guys should know the news by now. Canelo won, obviously, from the news that it's been all over Instagram, all over Twitter.
Can't avoid
It's
it.
been fucking amazing. The way he won too is fucking awesome, dude.
Yep. Started out strong for sure.
All it took was one uppercut to the goddamn face, man.
That's it.
And he fucking knocked him out. Well, in their technical terms, he knocked him out.
Yeah.
Like, he fucked up his eyes so bad he couldn't see out of it.
And that dude made a KO. So his record is ridiculous right now.
Definitely goes
What is it, like 56-1 or some shit like that?
No, it was or you might be right about the one. But yeah, it was like
Floyd Mayweather.
It was in
was
like
his
the
loss.
50s. Yeah. So I think it was 56, now 57. But his ratio was pretty crazy because he had like 37 knockouts. I mean, 38 now.
That's ridiculous.
Fuck yeah.
You know the man could punch very hard.
I know. Just watching
How much
him,
money for him to punch you very hard?
I
How
don't
much you
think
want?
I don't think it would be worth it.
We'll set this up.
Yeah, I'm sure we fucking can. You know anybody on Canelo's team?
No.
Exactly.
But
So
you
what
can
the
do
fuck?
anything with money.
He's
If you
gonna-
had enough money.
We don't have any money. This podcast doesn't make
You think
money.
if we wave $20 million in front of his face, he won't do it?
I don't know, but where are we gonna get $20 million from?
We'll fundraise it.
Yeah, I'm sure the people would gladly give us their money.
If we
to do that.
fundraised it, would you do it?
No, I don't want to get punched. Not by Canelo.
You could choose where he punches you.
It was still gonna hurt.
On the back.
Still gonna hurt. Still gonna hurt. Yeah, so he could fucking break my spine. I
Damn.
become paralyzed.
I think if he punched any of us anywhere, I think we'd go flying.
Probably. I remember. I think it was Canelo versus some dude named Smith. I think. That fight, he got hit in the left arm so much he had to go to the hospital. I think he had to have surgery on his arm.
Dang.
You guys might need to fact check that. I'm not entirely sure how true that is, but I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
We're just spewing fake news over here.
Pretty much. That's all we do. Just talk shit.
But
Spread
those
fake news.
the body shots look like they hurt.
Yeah.
Mainly I would imagine they knocked the fucking wind out of you for sure.
If you're not prepared for it, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of
Like,
had to be
before
bracing
you-
yourself for
yeah.
it.
Because before you get hit, you have to like flex your
Yeah.
your abdomen.
Kind of like you're sucking in your stomach for an Instagram picture.
Not like that, but sort of the same concept.
Show us how to do it.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna show you guys.
Hmm.
What the hell?
All right.
I want to take my shirt off. I'm not ready for that yet.
You're
Yeah.
getting there. How many
Boy.
pounds have you lost? You have an update, right?
Definitely have an update. Since the start of the carnivore journey, which is essentially I'm just eating meat for all my meals, I've lost 30 pounds, which is fucking awesome. My XL shirts don't fit me so good no more, so I kind of look stupid.
You got to
when
be
wearing
giving
them.
away your shirts now.
Yeah, or I gotta do something with them because unfortunately I bought a lot of very nice XL shirts that now don't fit me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Or toss them in the washer or the dryer.
And just dry them for hella long.
Yeah. Just shrink them up.
Is that possible?
To an extent, I don't think you could just
Okay.
keep going,
Gotcha.
you know, until it's
Gotcha, yeah.
tiny. You have a little shirt at the
Yeah.
end of it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why, but I always thought you could do that. Probably from some stupid cartoon that I saw it on.
Probably. Some people may ask if it's boring at all, eating just meat.
It definitely is.
Is it
Mhm.
hard?
Yeah. Especially if you're not used to it. Because, you get cravings. All you want to eat is like burgers and pizzas and
Well, you could still eat
pasta.
burgers, right? You had a
I
burger
mean, you
yesterday.
could just eat the patty.
Yeah. But sometimes the bun just makes it, you know?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you ever have a burger with a pretzel bun?
Oh my God.
That shit is fucking awesome.
And I want to eat, like, every time I pass by, like cinnamon buns or anything like that at the store, or even when you're walking across the mall when they're literal cinnabon
Mm.
there, you could smell it and you just picture yourself eating it.
My go-to is Wetzel pretzels.
Wetzel?
Fucking
Oh
love
yeah,
that place.
yeah.
I don't know
Heck
what it
yeah.
is, but their ingredient for pretzels is just better.
Fantastic.
I like it better than Auntie Anne's.
Mm. Yeah, I would say they're. What would be different about them? I mean, they're
I think just
basically
how they make the pretzel.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
my go-to from Wetzel pretzels would be the pepperoni twist. And I mean, it's just a pretzel with pepperoni and cheese on it.
Yeah, but it makes all the
But,
difference.
yeah, it's super good.
You know, my favorite dip for those pretzels would be like the sour cream they have, or the nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese, I could fucks with.
Hell yeah.
I don't know about sour cream though.
Yeah.
I have to.
You have to try that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have it for a reason, because it's delicious.
Sure.
Hmm.
Maybe just it's only specifically for people who like sour cream.
Yep. But it's getting easier everywhere you go. Like the last time we went to Costco, they had basically keto replacements of everything that you could imagine.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely better now than it was before. You know what I mean? In terms of snack alternatives.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, even though you're doing the carnivore diet, it's fine if you have a keto snack.
For sure. And well, the bread loaf, for instance, because we can't really eat sandwiches or anything, because sandwiches are carby as fuck. But they sell these keto ones that are low carb ish. They still have carbs, but not too many.
Yeah.
But I noticed they don't last too long. Like I had them out for like 4 or 5 days on the counter, and then it was already starting to mold and stuff.
Huh.
So I'm guessing because it's a lot more organic.
Maybe. I don't know. I had mine out for like, I think like a week.
Maybe it's the brand I got. It was the one from Costco.
Gotcha. That might be why.
Yep.
And you don't put your bread in the fridge?
Yeah, I have one in the freezer.
Oh.
But I just know that once I leave it out for like a week, it'll just go bad. So that's why it's still in the freezer, because I'm not ready to eat that yet.
So before you took your bread from the freezer, took it out, and just left it out?
I bought it, and it was 2 loaves of bread. I put one in the freezer. The other one just stayed on the counter.
Okay.
So 5 days from that point, it went moldy. So it never actually went in the freezer, not this loaf. But
why didn't you put it in the fridge once you opened it?
Oh, you think I should just put it in the fridge?
I mean,
I've never heard of that.
But
it might
what
work.
my family does.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've been doing that ever since I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, you open a fucking loaf of bread and you put it in the fridge.
I've never heard of that.
Okay.
I've heard of the freezer to
Well, I mean,
preserve it for a
they
while.
do that too. When they know that the loaf of bread is gonna last them a while.
See, this is a total Mexican thing, man.
Maybe. I don't know. Your family never fucking put bread in the fridge?
No, it was always out in the counter.
Huh. All right.
That's interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, mine always put it in the fridge after they opened it.
I would say definitely it would last longer if it was in the fridge, but I guess I never thought of it.
I mean, it's not gonna, like contaminate the bread.
Yeah. Is the bread like cold and shit? Like when you take it, do you just let it out for a bit and then make the sandwich?
I mean, it's definitely cold because it's in the fridge.
You could always toast it and shit if you wanted to.
Yeah, you just throw it on the toaster.
Damn.
And that's it.
That's actually sounding pretty good. Using like mustard as a spread and maybe even some mayo.
Yeah.
Now I'm
so
just
thanks
getting hungry.
I remember I bought some keto bread from the fucking Winco, and it tasted like ass. But thanks to your suggestion, I put mayonnaise on one side, then I cooked it in butter on both sides, and then that shit came out delicious, dude.
Yeah. For some reason, that mayo mustard pair is so good.
Yeah.
And the ones we buy in particular, they're the ones with the hint of lime. So it has a bit of lime in it.
Even better.
I bought it on a whim because it was It kind of advertises itself as a Mexican mayonnaise.
Even though it's God damn it.
These notifications.
Got to do the check.
Yep.
Oh well.
I'm gonna scare people off the road. They're driving and they hear this loud ass ping.
That's how those beep. Like, you know, they're driving off a cliff.
See,
All because of you.
this is a real motherfucking podcast. We ain't got no overproduction. It's just real.
Not yet, anyways.
Not yet. We're working on that.
We,
I'm just saying that.
I know, and we are this podcast was gonna be filmed with a 4K camera, but we ran into some technical difficulties with OBS.
Technicalities, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot. I think it'd be better for discussion for sure. It seems like it'd be a lot more, for lack of a better word, more intimate. Just sounds weird. Two dudes being intimate.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where you're going with
Intimate conversation means you're just invested in the conversation.
Okay.
Intimate conversation. It's kind of like Joe Rogan.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm not saying like sexual conversation.
I wasn't thinking that at all.
Okay.
Okay. Still don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
I'm saying it's going to be better than our setup now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear you say that part.
Oh, yeah.
You should
Loop it back. You'll see.
Lead it.
We're recording, so
Should have led with that. That's what I'm.
rewind it. Well,
I'll
yeah,
check it
you
out.
know, me and my words.
Anyways. Yeah, so we got this new camera, this new 4K camera. We were gonna set it up, but unfortunately, we had some issues with OBS, and we need a couple more days to figure out exactly how it's gonna go down. And we got some desks. We got some desks coming in. Hopefully Tuesday. So not this podcast, but the next podcast, you'll officially see our new setup.
Oh yeah.
And, our whole podcast format is changing. We're gonna start playing clips. We're gonna start prepping episodes. You know, we're gonna have better topics to discuss and not this rambling mumbo jumbo shit that we do. Which you know, if you are listening to this, we do appreciate
that
listening to our dumb fucking conversations.
Yep.
And you know, hopefully we'll start having actual topics of Latino, Hispanic, backgrounds.
Is the episodes that we have had topics of that nature, like all the culture ones, and even back when we had video clips, it felt right for sure. It was
it's like exactly how we wanted the podcast.
Yeah,
it's like just with our new setup, it's gonna be a lot easier. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I can't wait till the monitor gets here too.
Yeah, the monitor is gonna get here tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow.
Nice.
Not here at your house. It's being delivered to my house.
Oh.
Yeah. So super hyped up for that.
So be ready.
I know. I just want to get up and set up the desks already, but fuck.
I know.
I should have paid extra for the shipping, dude. It's taking too goddamn long.
Don't they charge hella for shipping?
They did, yeah. 2-day shipping. It was like $80.
What?
No. I was like, man, I'm not gonna fucking pay that. But now that, you know, it's taken so long, I'm like, fuck, I should have paid it.
Yep. It's just a convenience of sorts, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So you were showing me the other day, you're thinking of getting a tattoo.
Yeah. I followed this tattoo artist in a city nearby, and she posted up one of her own drawings that she wants to do on somebody, and she's, you know, offering it up to anybody who's willing to take it. And,
nice.
You know, I've thought about my first tattoo, and you know, I just overthink things. And on a whim, I was like, you know what, man, fuck this. I'm just gonna get this tattoo that she's posting out there, and you know what, fuck it. So I messaged her about it, and fortunately, she hasn't gotten back to me, which is you know, kind of rude, but I'm sure she's busy.
Especially if she's a tattoo artist. Well, yeah, maybe she's busy.
Yeah.
Or maybe just hella people hit her up.
True.
Yeah.
You got a point there.
But it's good that you're at least consider or putting thought into it and not just getting it. But
I'm having second thoughts about fucking putting it on my arm. Cause like I started thinking like, fuck, what if like I go into a job interview and they see like the tattoo, the type of tattoo that it is.
It's a curse.
It's like I don't think they would like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that tattoo in
I
particular.
would have to have like a bandage on my arm all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, what's up with your arm? I was like, dude, I have a embarrassing scar.
Oh,
you know?
Damn.
But even then, you know, I'll probably find some guy who's like, show me.
Yeah.
You know?
It depends on the design. If it's not offensive at all and not provocative, you'll do fine.
Like, I mean, you've already seen the design.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yours is provocative.
Yeah. It's pretty provocative. So.
Maybe the other ones that you were showing me, they're not so provocative. But...
What if I got it like under my...
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah. I can hide it with a shirt. Nobody will be able to see it unless I show them.
Because with me right now, I have to wear long sleeve shirts all the time.
Yeah, because you have them on your arms and shit.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for, I guess, just having a job, I would definitely get a tattoo that kind of covers the whole neck. I really want that pretty bad.
That would be
and I thought of ways to cover that.
Yeah.
And there's just no other way unless you wear like a turtleneck all the time.
Yeah.
Which would be fucking weird.
Yeah, the area that we live in, it gets like super hot
Oh,
here.
yeah.
You know,
I'll be dying.
You'd be the guy around
Roasted.
town as the fucking the dude who wears turtlenecks in the summer.
Oh, that'd be terrible. And I just don't know any other way. I seen some people on YouTube have tattoos like that, and what they do is cover it up with makeup and shit.
But having to do that every day.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Not worth it.
You gotta wake up hella early and fucking half asleep just.
Yeah. And could they fire you after you have your job? Like, I'm already hired. I've had this job for a while. Or I think the challenging part would be if I don't work there anymore and going to like an interview and stuff.
I mean, if you showed up without makeup, maybe it might be hard. You know?
Yep. So yeah, it's one of those things that you kind of wish society wasn't really like that, but it's been improving for sure over the years.
Yeah.
People at my work do have sleeves and stuff, but they could show it because it's not really provocative. Just a bunch of flowers and shit or koi fish.
Gay.
The ones you see all the time.
Yeah. But you have actual, like, Satanist tattoos.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm pretty limited.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of bullshit how, you know, you can't show off your Satanist tattoos, but if somebody has, like, a cross or
it'd be no problem.
God on their arm, yeah, it's like no problem. It's kind of bullshit.
It's where we're at today.
Yeah, unfortunately. If anything, you should become like an advocate for your specific branch of Satanism. Let people know that the Levian Satanists aren't the bad guys.
Well, that's the thing is, Satanism isn't really a movement. It's just basically individuality. So you can't really do things.
Become a martyr.
Or no, they don't believe in that.
Flip the script.
Nah, then that's not Satanism.
See, you're not passionate. That's why. That's exactly why you're not going to change anything.
Satanism is literally just about the individual. So in my case, it'd just be about me and taking care of those around me and myself. So
you're not going to change
it's
anybody's
not something
mind with
that. Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to.
Well, that's the point of this conversation. We're trying to get people to accept your tattoos. They're not going to accept you if you're not willing to teach them.
Well, I won't do it in the name of Satanism. I'll do it in the name of people who have tattoos. Probably be a better movement.
In the name of Satanism.
Could you imagine us protesting? Just in the name of Satan, let us wear tattoos at work.
Let us wear tattoos in the name of Satan.
That just sounds funny.
I'm sure that's going to go over well in our extremely conservative town.
Yeah. Well, our town specifically would be the more liberal, but our county is derived from all these, I would say, conservative people, communities.
I don't know,
like,
man.
we're surrounded by.
You'd be surprised how many conservatives are in this town.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's going to be conservatives, but just like in the weed issue, when we had to vote for if our county accepted,
we
marijuana, recreational
we were the town with
marijuana.
the biggest numbers.
So we had a yes vote. Like, we wanted that in our town. But since the communities around us in the same county didn't want it, then they just overwhelmingly said no.
Do you really think like liberals are that accepting of Satanists though?
I don't know. We'd have to speak to a liberal.
Right.
I would say they're more accepting than
Any
the
liberals
conservatives
out there? Hit us up at Weenies on Instagram and let us know if you're down with Satanists.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
See, are you not passionate about your religion?
Yeah?
This should get you fired up.
Why?
Because
it doesn't affect me.
It's what you're passionate about. If you're passionate about something, it's supposed to light a fire in your belly, you know?
Oh, I do have fire in my belly. I'm hungry.
It's like when people accuse Catholics of being child molesters.
Oh.
You know? That lights fire in my belly. Cause it's like, man,
there's a good
I gotta
portion
fucking judge us like that.
Well,
like, those were assholes in the Vatican. It wasn't me.
Yep. Well, I guess they're representing you guys, right? They're like the spokespeople of your religion. So
yeah,
if the people that are supposed to be the role models fuck up, then it makes everyone else look bad.
I think what hurts the most is the fact that the Catholic Church themselves like covered it up. Like they knew about it and they covered it up.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the right thing and fucking ostracizing those priests that did those unfortunate things to those boys.
Yeah.
They just covered it up.
And a lot of the times they just move them to another location.
Yeah, we just fucking so they can go molest more children.
Yeah. And then they get caught there and then they ship them off to another location.
It's fucked up.
Talk about fucking job security right there.
That was a horrible fucking joke, and you know it. Fucking dick.
But
so shit like that is what gets me riled up about my religion. Religion, and it's why I'm so critical of the church, because of shit like that.
Yeah, and you're allowed to be critical.
And not only that, but how many branches of Satanism are there? Two,
I guess. Two big ones.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I would say 2.
Okay.
Big ones, like they're the ones you see the most.
Okay.
And then the other ones are just really not anything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the other ones.
Okay. So if I have this right, with Catholicism, there's many branches.
Right.
There's Irish Catholics, there's Roman Catholics.
Yeah.
There's the fucking Catholics of the Westboro Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking assholes, those guys. There's the Vatican, Italian Catholics, I guess.
Yeah.
And Mexican Catholics. It's all very different. But unfortunately, we all get represented by the same one. Either the Westboro Baptist Church or the Vatican.
That's true.
They're like our symbol.
Why is that? Who chose them?
I think the fact that for the Westboro Baptist Church, fucking assholes specifically, I think because they're the most vocal and they're the most pretentious, in America, I would say.
Yep.
Because when I say that the people of the Westboro Baptist Church are fucking assholes,
they really are.
Is because one, they really are, and the fact that they have done a lot of fucked up things to gay people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I know the Bible, right? It's supposed to be like the holiest book of our religion. Right. But to me, it's just like the words of some guy who just happened to witness all these things go down. I mean, we're not supposed to take the Bible at face value, in my opinion. They're just stories meant to help guide us through life. Right?
Yeah, there's a word for that. Look, I don't know it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, and wasn't it written like hundreds or thousands of years after these events?
Let's say that the Bible is true on time. Then the Bible was written 2021 years ago.
Okay.
But when Jesus was born on 0, or even if he was, but no, because BC is before Christ.
Right.
I'm not necessarily sure if that timeline has anything specifically to do with Jesus, because we always just say BC.
BC, yeah.
But it's supposedly Jesus was born on the year 0, and then it went from there. If I have that correctly, sorry if I don't.
Right.
So then the Bible would be 2021 years old. But it being that old, you don't think like some fucking guy got in there and possibly rewrote some things that he wasn't supposed to. Like, how true exactly are these stories?
Right.
I do believe them, some of them. You know, I don't think we should hate gay people.
Right.
I don't think people should get stoned for crimes they commit.
Ooh, that'd be painful.
I mean, yeah. Well, also, you know, it's kind of goes against, you know, how we shouldn't kill people. Only God can kill people.
Right.
You know, because you could kill people with fucking rocks. You hit somebody hard enough in the head with a rock, they will die.
Yep. And imagine multiple people throwing rocks at you.
Yeah. But
then you better have insurance.
I forgot what my point was. Oh, the fucking yeah. So I don't necessarily take the Bible so seriously, but
it's basically like a moral compass.
Kinda, yeah. Like for me myself, right? I'm not the most devout Catholic, but I am a Catholic. Regardless of some of the beliefs other Catholics may or may not identify with. Because you know I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
I was baptized. You know all that shit.
Hey, I think I was baptized too.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you used to be Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a baptized Christian, guys.
There you go. And now you're a Satanist. Which, you know, isn't there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
When I say it like that.
And just for clarification,
LaVeyan Satanist.
Yeah, LaVeyan Satanism.
There's a difference, guys.
We don't believe in the devil, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in any deity.
That was pretty surprising when I had initially asked you, because before I just assumed that you were like the
devil worshiper.
Yeah, like the devil worshippers of Mexico that I know. You know,
and there's quite a few of them
but then,
as of late.
Yeah, but then you explained to me that you were a LaVeyan Satanist and you don't even believe in the idea of Satan.
Right.
Then I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
It's just weird that you. Well, it's weird to me, obviously, because I do believe in the devil.
Right.
That you guys call yourself Satanists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but.
Yeah, but you know, it's your thing.
Yeah.
You know, you have a right to believe in what you want to believe.
Yep. And yeah, and there's another group of Satanism or Satanists. What are they? Temple of Satan. They're the ones that you see that are kind of like activists. So a lot of the times they fight for or like I think they have like a back and forth with some of these conservative towns about like birth control or there's another weird law in the South where teachers are still able to actually hit kids. So that was one of their latest missions, is to completely dismantle that law that allows teachers to hit kids, basically.
I think I remember as well the Temple of Satan trying to get a statue of Baphomet.
Oh yeah, Baphomet.
On a government on a government building.
Yep.
And obviously that was very disagreed with, but it's like, what the fuck? You can have a cross on a government building. You could have what else did they have? I think they had like a Star of David.
What is it? The Ten Commandments was up there.
Yeah, they had the 10 Commandments. You know, we're supposed to have a country of separation of church and state.
Yep.
And yet, you know, it's like all conservatives just identify with being, you know, God's Christians.
And that was the whole point of them trying to do that, because they believe that, you know, there should be a separation between church and state. So they were basically doing that because they knew that they damn well won't let Baphomet be on Capitol grounds or government land like that.
Yeah.
So they knew that if they kept fighting for this, then what they would do is take down the other monuments like the Ten Commandments, or if no one else could put up their, like if you were like Muslim, you can't really put, you know, your beliefs on Capitol grounds either. No one's really represented other than the Christians. And
yeah, those conservative Christians have like a serious problem with Muslims.
Yep.
Wonder why.
That's a weird thing, huh?
Yeah, do you think they just associate Muslims with terrorists?
I think there's a little more. I think they have like a different belief or they kind of have like a back and forth as well with, who's the real prophet, Prophet Muhammad, and or
Oh,
Jesus and things like that,
Yeah.
or who's God.
Yeah.
They have a back and forth for sure. I'm not so sure about on the Muslim side if they're actually, arguing with the Christians at all on that, but there's definitely a lot of Christians who really do not like Muslims for some reason. I would think it's that, just different beliefs, so they kind of clash. And Muslims, they have a huge percentage in, I guess, believers, people who actually practice. So it's almost like a team.
If you're a Christian conservative, or a listener, and you don't know this, but one of the great things about being here in America is that we have freedom of religion, meaning you can believe in whatever you want.
Flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, there was a lady that believed in the flying spaghetti monster, and she was allowed to wear a fucking the spaghetti strainer on her head for a driver's license.
Oh, that's amazing.
All because she identified with that religion.
Yep.
The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
And they can't do anything about it.
I know. That's one of the great things about America.
Yep.
Also great and bad, obviously. There's a bunch of takeaways. You're
yeah,
free
so
to express yourself.
So what ended up happening is, regarding the statue of Baphomet, is that the Temple of Satan has lawyers, so they actually put in a lawsuit against cities that they didn't want the statue to go up. So what ended up happening is, the statues went down, like the Ten Commandments and all these other religious symbols. So
doing the government's work.
Yeah. And they even asked, they were asked, if, what were they asked? They said if, and I think it was just rhetorical, or not rhetorical, but they asked them if the Ten Commandments wasn't up, would you still want the statue of Baphomet to go on, government land? And they basically said no, they wouldn't want that. The whole point was to get rid of the Ten Commandments on government land if no one else could have their religious symbols as well on the property. So that's interesting.
They try to make it like a gotcha. Like, you don't want our commandments, but you would have your Baphomet.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Bastards. So back to my point earlier about my ramblings on the Catholic Church. One, I try my best to follow the teachings of Jesus. That's it, instead of the actual Bible. But I do believe in some of the stories of the Bible. Not the gay people thing, though. I don't think it's right to be mean to gay people just because they like putting penises in butts.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the Westboro Baptist Church are fucking assholes. And, unfortunately, Catholics get a bad rap because of people like them. Because they're the symbols of the religion. And obviously, what the fuck am I going to do about it? I'm just one dude. But, it's unfortunate. One of the things I have to take to the chin. It would kind of be like if Satanists were going around beating up old people. And then people find out you're a Satanist. And they're like, whoa, this guy. I got to be careful. Better not bring him around my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You obviously don't do that. But because a few bad people in your religion do, that's what you're associated with now.
And
I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
there was a whole satanic panic as well in the late 80s, early 90s, where they were basically calling or accusing everyone of being a Satanist and trying to put these people,
just like the fucking Blair Witch Trials.
Yeah, just stupid shit like that. But yes,
Did I get that right? Is it called the Blair Witch Trials? When they were accusing,
I believe it was, or the
Salem Witch Trials.
Salem Witch Trials.
Oh, great! Now I sound fucking stupid.
Blair Witch Trials. That sounds cool though.
The Salem, because of the Salem. So it was just like the Salem Witch Trials, where they
were accusing everyone, women, and then locking them up.
Like, hey, honey, what's 2 + 2? Oh, that's 4. Witch! She knows math!
Yeah. You're not supposed to know math.
You're supposed to be stupid!
You witch. Yeah. And even back then, it was even worse. They drowned them in the lakes and hung them.
That shit was fucking horrible. I know, they got all these weird ideas. Like, the only way to kill a witch is if you put a bag over her head and throw her in the water.
Yeah, terrible.
Like, fuck, man.
What a way to die.
Like, if she lives, she's a witch. But if she dies, then she's not. And we'll know.
And why were the women witches? Like, why were they accused of being witches and not, like, some guy?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I learned about the Salem witch trials in English class, but it was during a time where I wasn't really paying attention.
Gotcha.
So I'm not really sure why it was specifically women. I kind of feel like they just associate witches with women.
They do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Westboro Baptist Church. Have you heard about them protesting on like fallen soldiers burials, I would say?
I haven't.
Yeah, so they were basically there calling they have something against the government basically, and they don't like soldiers fighting for America or some shit like that.
Okay, we're gonna have to circle back to this. I'm gonna do some research on
it. Might be fake news.
We'll let you guys know on the next podcast.
I saw it on a Facebook headline, so
I saw an article headline. It has to be true.
Yeah, it has to be true. You know, Facebook has everything right. I would say a lot of people get their information from Facebook.
They definitely fucking do. If they think the Earth is fucking flat.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh my god, man! Like, I know I'm so sick of talking about it, but I just can't believe it was a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, people legitimately believed. I'm sure some crazy fucko still does, that the Earth was flat.
Oh, there's many people. I think there's a whole militia of people who think that's the
Earth
truth.
Is flat. I'm just letting you know right now, you're wrong. Just
what if we have listeners that believe that?
Well, then they're wrong.
Freedom of speech. Damn it.
Then I should have the fucking right to call them wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah. Didn't think about that, did you?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. What if I one day just really was serious about it and just came here and talked about how the Earth was flat?
That'd be so fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
It's like, why would it even be a secret? Like, who does that benefit in any way? How does it benefit the government?
Well, they're thinking the government's preventing
like
us from learning the truth.
Finding out the truth. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why all the articles are...
I know, I saw another headline, like, ex-government employee admits that UFOs are real.
Exactly.
It's like, well, okay, well, what kind of fucking... what did he do in the government? It's like, oh, he was the janitor and he unlocked files proving that UFOs are real.
Although the government did come out, they released classified information regarding the UFOs, and they confirmed that they are real.
Yeah.
But just as in the name, unidentified flying object.
It's just that
it's just the name, so
just associated with aliens.
Right.
When it could just be like some guy who fucking rigged some flying drone in his backyard.
Yep. Could have been a drone.
You never know.
Yep. But yeah, there's a lot of alien believers out there. I would say that's more convincing than the flat Earth thing, I would say.
Yeah.
Because at least with the UFO thing, like we've actually, there's people who've seen an unidentified flying object. So they literally saw an unknown flying object.
No, yeah, I've seen the documentaries. Like some fucking cop was out in the middle of nowhere. He dropped his glasses and they broke. And I saw an image. Looked like a spaceship. Flew down, and then I saw two men. They were like gray blobs. And then they flew up and disappeared.
Yep.
Freaky shit I've seen in my life.
The most convincing one was the ones with the two aircraft pilots for the U.S. So there was something that they've spotted on the radar. So they went to go
check it out,
intercept it.
Yeah.
And apparently this thing, once they got close, it was like jamming their radar as well, and then moving ridiculously fast in ways that they shouldn't be able to move. So like directly up, just picture something going up like really fast and then just making these weird ass maneuvers.
Yeah.
So that was the most convincing one, but the footage is still blurry, but the data's still there. I mean, the sensors were really jamming.
Yeah.
And there was something picking up on the radar. But that's the weirdest one, I would say. Probably the most convincing of evidence I've seen.
Yeah.
But still, we don't know what it is.
I
It
know.
could be China.
The whole thing with aliens is that I want to say like I'm a 50% believer. Like I don't necessarily know if our idea of aliens is real. Like, you know, because whenever it's depicted in like movies and shit, it's always like a
Martians.
gray humanoid looking person with like a big ass head.
Right.
They're always gray. You know what I mean?
Yep. I have a theory.
But for all we know, like this highly intelligent alien, even if they are even intelligent, could just be like fucking balls of light.
So would they be illegal aliens since they're not supposed to be here?
I think they would possibly categorize them as
those
that,
damn
sure.
illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. My theory is
like, yeah, go ahead.
No, yours. Let's continue that.
Okay. Because I was gonna say like you know, because recently on I think on Mars, they found it might not have been recently. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. But they found what looks like to be like dried up rivers. So at some point on Mars, there was signs of life, like water, passing through the land.
That's basically the type of aliens that these space programs are looking for, is any sort of life. So even microbial, they're looking for,
yeah,
you know, just anything.
Imagine like the cure for cancer is like on another planet.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, we're pretty limited with our technology now. We can only go to like the moon and Mars.
Yeah, we've come far, but we've sent, you know, air or would it be an aerial craft or spacecraft? We've sent spacecrafts to Saturn, and apparently it takes like 7 years to get there.
Fuck.
Yep. But that's just ridiculously fucking far away. Could you imagine?
Imagine that cruise.
Oh,
it's like, all right, the Earth is dying, everybody. We're going to Saturn.
And
it's like next 7 years. It's just that's probably what happened to Wally.
So
like the Earth is dying. We're going on a cruise ship. We'll be back in like 50 years. And then everybody got fat.
Right.
In chairs.
So, you know that argument where, let's say, regarding time machines, we know we've never discovered time machines,
right?
Because we don't see any time travelers traveling to us, right? Yeah. So we'd be able to see them, because they're from the future. If we had one, we'll see people coming back from the future.
Yeah.
But what if the aliens that we see are time travelers? So they're us from the future, and they keep a low key because they don't want to affect. I guess they don't want to change any events that happen. So they're very low key. They're I think it's well known that they don't want to be seen. So the lower they are on the radar,
the better.
The better. So what if they're us?
Just from the future?
Just from the future. They're
honestly,
time travelers.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than just having them be actual aliens from space.
Yep.
They're just us from the future.
And I'll give you another one. You know how they're depicted with skinny bodies, big heads?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, if we're going off of this theory, that, you know, the longer we develop our technology, you're starting to see a lot of tech jobs out there. People have to do less labor than before. So over time, with evolution, our heads start getting bigger, our bodies start getting slimmer because no one's doing manual labor. And then you have a fucking alien. Like, we become an alien.
Become highly intelligent, skinny,
big heads. Yeah. Our heads are just evolving because we use our brains more as of late. And most likely, they're all one gender because they don't want to offend anyone. So we just decided in the future to be one.
To be genderless?
Genderless being. Or set of people.
It's an interesting theory.
It sounds like a fucking conspiracy theory here.
It definitely does.
And I shot this from the top of my head the other day with Gabby just to fuck with her.
Yeah.
But as I started talking about it, I was like, oh shit,
Like, hold on,
that would
I'm
be
making a lot
interesting
of
if
sense
that
right now.
like if they were time travelers and if our shapes did form into this alien looking thing in the future,
Yeah.
it would make sense. I don't really believe it, but if there was a theory, I believe that theory.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say I don't believe in aliens. I would say 20 to 30%. They have me intrigued. So I have an eye on them.
Sure.
But I haven't seen any real convincing arguments for
No.
aliens and spacecraft. I think that one was really cool. And if anything, this could be a damn movie of time travelers. No one steal my ideas.
I mean, it's on a podcast now, so
Yep.
even if they did, you have the proof.
There we go. Yeah, so if I see a movie come out talking about my ideas, I'll know.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm very wary about talking about my idea for an anime,
Right.
like on here.
Oh,
Even though,
yeah.
you know, I want to talk about it, but it's still like under wraps, and
Right.
I just don't want anybody stealing it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's so stupid because
So is this thing something that you've just thought of like out of thin air, or is it you sat down and really started thinking of plot and
I've sat down and started thinking about plot. Like, so I've been thinking about this idea for like the past, I want to say 3 or 4 years,
mhm.
and I'm like slowly developing the story as it goes on.
Nice.
And yeah, I've hit a standstill recently, trying to build out more character and you know certain aspects of the main character,
Right.
shit like that.
Hmm.
Coming up with a story is hard,
Oh, it is.
but you know, I hope I get to make it one day.
That'd be awesome. Could
It
you
would just fucking
imagine?
sucks if like somebody else has the idea,
Or
because you know, like it happens all the time.
oh
Like,
yeah,
you know, you think about something, you're like, oh, that would be like a cool show, and then you know somebody else makes it, you're like, fuck, I had
yeah.
that same idea.
Especially if they heard your idea and decided to go on with it.
Yeah, so
These bastards.
fuckos.
Yeah. And one of the common things, I think there was a there was a psychiatrist from like Switzerland who basically was studying the mind and symbolism, things like that. But one of the things he found is that a lot of people um, think they have original ideas, not knowing that they've heard this in the past. And
Yeah.
if you were to put that person in front of like a lie detector, like they would really believe this idea was original.
Their original thought.
But
Yeah.
apparently, we borrow things that we've witnessed or heard about, and it just sits in the back of your mind,
Yeah.
almost like it's filed. And then once you are thinking about things, this little idea comes up from like years ago,
Yeah.
and you think it's your idea.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I'm coming up with this anime. I don't think to myself that it's 100% original, because
Right.
it's not.
And I wasn't accusing
our-
you of stealing or
Yeah,
anything.
I'm
I'm
just-
it reminded me of that.
All right. Well, I'm making it clear to everybody who's listening. All right. I'm not that much of a fucking writer. I'm not Stephen King. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But so the anime that I have in mind, it does have elements of animes that I've seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was inspired by some of
Yeah.
these animes.
How are you gonna make an anime if you've never watched anime? You know what I mean?
Right. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one to think about. And it happens all the time in music as well. Borrowing,
Of course,
you know,
like borrowing samples.
yeah,
fucking
samples or
sounds
anything.
from tracks.
You're allowed to be inspired by other artists for sure.
You can, yeah.
As long as it's not a blatant ripoff.
Yeah, that's when it gets ugly.
Right. So I think it's cool. I think that's one way, like especially if you're, let's say you have a writer's block, or you're with anything, you're writing music or story, and then I think it's important to kind of absorb what other people in your space are doing and get inspired from ideas that you see there as well.
Yeah, like the Stephen King method. Stephen King?
Stephen King.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Stephen King.
So he said in an interview once that he writes about 4 to 5 pages a day, and then
Dang.
the next day he rereads what he wrote and
Mhm.
works off of that,
Dang.
and eventually he has a book.
Wow.
I think it's bullshit that Like for a while, um, I'm not really sure at what point of his career, but he had already had like multiple best-selling books at this point. He was like traveling on the road, writing books, and he was doing like a shitload of drugs.
Oh, hell yeah.
And if I have this correctly, he has stated like there was like I think like 2-3 years of writing
Mm-hmm.
that he did that he doesn't even remember.
Yeah.
Like I remember he went to like a I think he said this like he went to a bookstore and he saw a book with his name on it and he was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, oh, I wrote this, and
Oh
he
my
didn't
god.
even fucking remember it.
That's so crazy. Yeah, for sure one of the books was Cujo. He says he doesn't remember writing that book at all.
Was
Uh,
that a bestseller?
that was a bestseller.
Like like I haven't done drugs, right? But
You've
I've
never
drank.
done marijuana?
I mean, I've smoked weed, but
Yeah.
that's
Alcohol's a
about
drug too.
that's about it. All right, well, if
Now
you
we're
want,
getting technical
yeah,
here.
if you want to get technical here, all right, shit. Anyways, I've gotten fucked up a couple times in my life. Never have I profited from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this guy was coked out of his mind, writing bestsellers.
Right.
How the fuck does that happen?
Said he would lock himself in a room, do drugs, cocaine, and he just have these insane writing sessions where it would be the morning and then the night just came around and that dude is still writing. I could only imagine it'd be like a mad scientist,
It's fucking notes everywhere.
just a manic, just
Yeah.
just picture it. It's fucking ridiculous, but kind of awesome.
I
Dude's
mean,
working on something special over here.
it definitely was awesome knowing that he could do that. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, he's as far as I know, he's the only person who has. You know, he puts out bangers all the time. Even now, his books still sell really well.
Right.
I mean, people
People
look
make
forward
movies as
to his
well.
books. Yeah, movie adaptations are fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like I've seen in the Tall Grass on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That show was dope.
Yeah.
That one's also a Stephen King
Oh yeah.
Stephen King book.
Then you got the famous one, It.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
I enjoyed the
I
recent movies.
I need to read the book. Apparently,
Oh, the book
it's
is
better
crazy.
than I didn't like the second It movie.
Ah,
It felt very rushed, and
it could have been.
it was just weird.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, the first one.
First one was dope.
Yeah,
You know,
super cool.
was super scared. Um, so it's just fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job with Pennywise in that one.
Pennywise, yeah.
He didn't get as much screen time on the second one, I would say.
Yeah, he didn't. But I guess
I was
that's
kinda
what
upset,
makes it. I wouldn't even call the movie scary at all, but that's one thing that makes it a little eerie is that you don't really see the villain for too long
Yeah.
and not that often. So, or for Blair Witch, for instance, that's a movie, a horror movie, the found footage film where you never ever see the witch, but that's what makes it so scary.
Okay.
Is that you
Alright.
don't see the witch at all.
I need to watch that movie. I
Oh.
haven't seen it.
First one's a classic, absolutely classic.
Nice.
Basically, people go crazy in the woods.
Should I watch the movie first or play the game first?
I would watch the movie because
Okay.
the game it's
Some
based off of it, but it doesn't really follow that same story.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I think the movie there was cases of people disappearing in the woods.
Mm.
So I think there was a set of 3 people, like a cameraman and a guy who holds the microphone and stuff,
Reporter.
investigating reporter.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what the other dude did. Maybe a sound guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they end up getting lost in the woods, and then they're starting to see signs of the witch, just all these creepy shit. But you never actually ever see anything on the screen, which is
What was the name of that other found footage movie that you showed me? It was like a group of friends. They rented out this motel or something, for a Halloween attraction.
Oh, Hell House.
Hell House.
Yeah, that movie was scary as fuck,
Hell yeah, dude. That show was fucking weird.
creepy as fuck.
Fuck yeah. That
Yeah.
was good though, I admit.
Oh, it definitely was. The first time I saw it, I was basically flabbergasted because I never really even heard of this movie, and it just kind of fell on my
All this
lap.
crazy ass shit's happening.
Yeah, and it's one of the scariest found footage films you could see for sure.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it, and I'm not a fan of scary movies like that.
Oh yeah.
You guys tried to show me Nightingale last night,
Oh yeah, Nightingale.
and I had to nope out.
Yeah, he noped out.
I noped
I
out.
knew it was gonna
Not because
happen.
it was scary, all right. I noped out because there was rape in it,
Oh, there
right?
was
And I wasn't
multiple rapes.
multiple rapes in like the first 15 minutes. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that triggered me so much. Seeing rape,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking. I've been thinking about it all day. Like, why did that bother me so much?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Well,
think.
one thing, it pisses you off for sure. It's a natural human emotion to be mad at the person doing the rape.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was kind of angry.
Yeah.
Like, somebody stabbed this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like, somebody go in and help.
Right.
Fuck, dude.
And then I don't want to do any spoilers, but the way they were
Yeah.
like holding back the husband while it was happening, that's
It was
aggravating.
so upsetting. So upsetting.
Mm-hmm. And then the weekend prior, we showed you Mother. This dude got so pissed off, he was literally gonna throw a punch at me because he was so
yeah.
pissed.
Yeah.
That's another
It was very
devastating movie.
devastating and upsetting movie. I gave it a 9 out of 10 though.
Yep.
It was really good, even though I did get so angry.
It
that I
pushes
almost hit you.
boundaries.
Definitely did. I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anybody. For Mother,
Mm-hmm.
because I truly think that should be. You should just watch it and go in there with knowing nothing about it.
Right.
But just brace yourself. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, for sure. If you were to watch the movie without looking it up, even if you finish the movie, you won't know what the fuck just happens. So I think everyone who does really enjoy the movie looks it up after, and then it just clicks because the director or the writer knows what they're doing, and they've mentioned that's what it was about. So
Yeah, watch the movie.
yeah, I would just recommend watching it.
And then after look up Mother Explained.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna say one thing, and then everything's gonna start
make
clicking
sense.
with
Yeah.
how the movie went down.
There's multiple times throughout that movie when I first watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, like I was so confused. Like, is this real? Is this a dream? Is this bitch dead? And this is her purgatory hell?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that would have made sense as well.
Like,
And
yeah,
because it really did feel like a dream as well, but it also could have been, purgatory because of all the events that happens. And everything was just so stressful as well. I felt
it was
stressed.
it was very stressful. Multiple times I wanted to just yell at the one of the main actors. You'll see who he is when you watch the movie.
Oh yeah. And his
Fucking
whole attitude is like, yeah, whatever,
I know.
about everything that's going
stupid.
on. Yeah, and he wasn't very helpful towards the female character in
His
the
wife. Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not many movies that really do a good job about making you mad and then at the end still agreeing like, yeah, I was mad, but it was a great movie. Because there's some movies that just try to just be over the top just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really fit sometimes.
Yeah.
Some movies just try to be edgy.
They definitely do. Like, they definitely go. Some movies I could say goes overboard with like gore, or just ridiculous murders, like people dying in ridiculous ways, and it's like
that don't even make
like
sense.
I could see what they were trying to go for, but it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, or it's not kind of like an example of like a good, I would say, not necessarily horror, but what's the word? Like
thriller.
Yeah,
or...
like a thriller is Midsommar.
Oh, Midsommar.
I cannot speak highly enough about Midsommar. Like,
Right.
the first time I watched that, it was so upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
So upsetting, that movie. It's
yeah, it's
definitely
hard to watch.
it's definitely a slow burn, but fuck, that slow burn is nice. Goddamn Ari Aster, dude. That's the director who made the movie Midsommar and Hereditary.
What a debut though. Hereditary and then sophomore film being Midsommar. How is it possible to have two bangers in a row?
I mean, is Hereditary his like legitimately his debut with a big movie
Right.
company.
Yeah. It was his first feature length film.
Fuck.
Yep.
All right, so he comes out with that banger, and then he's like, "Hold up, I'm not even getting started yet," and then he fucking pumps out Midsummer.
Yep.
And now he's in the talks of doing a movie with Joaquin Phoenix, the man who played the Joker in the recent Joker movie.
And it's past talks at this point. He was for sure signed for the movie.
And then, so he's in talks with doing a horror movie with Adam Sandler.
Yep.
That honestly, I'm looking more forward to that than the Joaquin Phoenix one. That's gonna be.
And for it to be a serious film, horror movie with Adam Sandler. Think about that.
For the people that may not know, but Adam Sandler gets a lot of flack from movie critics for his movies by the Happy Madison production company being so ridiculous. Even though there's no doubt that his movies make money. I mean, they're entertaining. I like his movies.
Right.
As ridiculous as they are.
I'm a fan as well.
Yeah, they're funny. They're like a feel-good watch. But Adam Sandler himself has done serious roles in the past. I can only think of two, which is Punch Drunk Love and Reign Over Me. Both amazing films. I fucking cried at Reign Over Me. That shit was so sad. Fucking
yeah,
right.
Those films were freaking awesome. I would recommend anyone watch them if they've never watched those before and really want to see Adam Sandler in a serious role. Those would be good ones for sure.
Like, man, like when I first heard of Punch Drunk Love, I thought it was gonna be like a comedy. I was like, oh shit, Adam Sandler's in this. I gotta see this.
Right.
But then he's like just so serious throughout the movie. I'm like, whoa, this motherfucker has range.
And just when everyone was sleeping on him, he was starred in Uncut Gems, which I didn't personally. Yeah, I didn't personally like the whole movie. Well, it was okay for me, but a lot of people love that movie, and there's no doubt that his acting in it was superb. So I can't even say that was what I didn't like, because I really enjoyed it.
His acting was great.
So if you want to see him in another serious role that's recent, look up Uncut Gems. The whole movie's stressful as well.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend either Punch Drunk Love or Reign Over Me over Uncut Gems.
Though. Oh yeah, definitely.
You know.
So I can't wait to see the new project. I would imagine if they're in talks now, we'll see it in about 2 years from now.
Yeah, especially if he's gonna make the movie with Joaquin Phoenix first.
Yeah. So maybe even fucking 3 years. I don't know, but yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Definitely. Fucking hyped for that. What time are we at right now?
We are 1 hour 2 minutes.
All right, that seems like a good time to turn off the podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Huevos con Weenies podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @GonWeenies. That's CONWEENIES. That's it from us, guys. We'll catch you again next week with our new podcast setup. Catch you guys later.